It was a sunny Saturday morning in Charleston, South Carolina, when I decided to take a break from my usual weekend routine. I had been feeling a little disconnected from my husband, James, lately, not in a big way, just the subtle quiet that sometimes settles between couples who have been married for years. I thought maybe a little relaxation at home would lift my spirits. Our neighbors, the Martins, had recently introduced us to their nephew, Ethan, a kind young man who often helped out with household chores during his visits. Ethan was polite, attentive, and always seemed genuinely interested in helping others, which made him a favorite among our friends. That morning, I was planning to organize some paperwork in the living room when Ethan came over to help carry a few boxes from the porch. "Morning, Mrs. Thompson," he greeted warmly. "I thought I'd stop by and see if you needed an extra hand." I smiled, grateful for the help. "Thanks, Ethan. That's very kind of you. Come on in." As we carried boxes and moved furniture around, I found myself laughing more than I had in weeks. Ethan had a way of making even mundane tasks fun. There was an innocent charm about him that reminded me of the carefree days before life got so hectic with work, responsibilities, and the subtle strains of marriage. Later, after finishing the chores, Ethan offered to help me with a small shoulder tension I had been feeling from leaning over the desk all morning. I hesitated at first, knowing this could be misinterpreted, but it was a simple, innocent gesture. "Just a friendly stretch," he said with a reassuring smile. "I promise it's nothing more." As he helped me adjust my posture and guided me through some gentle stretches, I realized something I hadn't admitted even to myself. I had been missing the simple emotional connections in my life. The daily routine, the busy schedules, and the pressures of adult life had created a small distance between James and me. Suddenly, my phone buzzed. It was James, asking if I had finished organizing the papers. I smiled, feeling guilty but also oddly refreshed. "Almost done," I typed back. Ethan noticed my smile. "You seem happier," he said. "Sometimes it's the little moments that remind us what matters." His words stuck with me. Later that evening, I shared the day's events with James, recounting the laughter, the organization, and the innocent stretches Ethan had helped me with. At first, James seemed a little tense, perhaps worried about the closeness I had shown, but as I explained how harmless and uplifting the experience was, his expression softened. We ended up having one of the most heartfelt conversations we had had in months. James admitted he had been stressed with work and hadn't noticed the emotional distance growing between us. I shared my feelings of needing small, meaningful moments to reconnect, and he listened, truly listened, in a way that reminded me why I had fallen in love with him in the first place. Over the next few weeks, we made small changes, taking evening walks, leaving each other little notes, and planning weekend activities together. The secret, as I realized, wasn't Ethan himself. It was that little moment of vulnerability and openness that had reminded me and James of the emotional intimacy we had been missing. What could have been a source of tension or misunderstanding became a turning point in our marriage. We learned to communicate better, to cherish the small gestures, and to always make time for each other, no matter how busy life got. By the end of the month, Charleston's crisp autumn air had settled in, and our home felt warmer than it had in years. We laughed more, held hands more often, and shared stories late into the night. The secret that could have shattered our marriage had, in fact, strengthened it, teaching us that love grows not just in grand gestures but in the little, everyday moments of care, trust, and understanding. Ethan continued to visit as a friendly neighbor and helper, but the bond between James and me had deepened in a way that nothing else could replicate. And I realized that sometimes, it takes an unexpected moment to remind you of what truly matters, the love and trust you build together, day by day, choice by choice. By the next winter, our home was filled with warmth, laughter, and the reassurance that even when life throws small surprises, love can always find its way back, stronger than before.